Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a full face of products from Milani. Alright, so to begin, I'm going to prime my eyes with my Milani eyeshadow primer. This is a classic, a staple. I think so many people are onto this eyeshadow primer, and mostly probably because of Emily Noel. I think she has just used it time and time again, and that is honestly where I heard about it first. So then today for eyeshadow, I believe I have everything except brows. So I'll be using my brows from some other brand here in a little bit. But for eyeshadow, if I can get it out of my bucket, here is my Milani brand products. We're using the Soft and Sultry palette. So I am going to take some of this shade and just quickly set my lids. Let's see, what do we want to do here? I think I'm going to start with some of this shade right here. And we're just going to put that along in the crease with what brush? A brush would be good. This is just a brush that I got from CVS. So how is everybody doing? Is everybody still quarantined? Where I live, we currently went back to a level 3. So, but yeah, everything still seems to be opening up. I don't know. I'm very confused at this point. Basically, we just stay inside to be safe. Or stay home, at least on our property, except for like church. Because everybody wears a mask. Yeah, I mean, it has been quite some time. This is going on a lot longer than I think any of us anticipated. But let's move on to something else. I feel like that's all you hear about is Corona. Not that it's not valid, not that, you know, it isn't what we are dealing with, but I don't know. Let's just talk about something else. Let me think. What's something happy we can talk about? Oh, is anybody watching Dancing with the Stars? I have so far only watched the first episode. And so, does anybody else think it's just not the same because they're not performing for a live audience? Like, I don't know. I feel like the hype and the I don't know, not the anticipation, but like, I don't know. It's just not the same because they're not performing for a live audience. So like, there's not as much pressure, which I mean, again, it is, you know, they are performing live for us, you know, who are watching. But I don't know. I feel like having people in the actual audience in the studio gave it a different vibe. And there's quite a bit of kickback from that. And like, I don't know, it's weird like how they play, people cheering and clapping when there's nobody there except for the judges and the other dancers. I don't know. I watch it because I want to watch Jeannie Mai. Well, and I wanted to see Carol Baskin. Oh, and I can't think of her name, but the girl who plays the mom in One Day at a Time. I love her. I'm so excited she's on there. I just want her to win because I think she's great. But I don't know. It's just got a weird, just not as happy with it. Okay. So now I am going to take this brush from Lamora, a detailed pencil, is from Amazon. And I'm going to tap into this dark gray color right here. And just place that into the outer corner. But yeah, I need to catch up. I think I'm like, what are we on? Are we on episode 3 already? And I've only watched the first one. So I definitely need to watch those. And The Masked Singer, I need to watch this season. Okay, if you are watching The Masked Singer, spoilers, 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 spoilers. Maybe they're spoilers. I don't know. The Sun. Who else thinks that that is Leanne Rimes? Because as soon as she starts doing some of that longer, drawn out country tone, you hear that little bit of yodel in her voice. I think it's Leanne Rimes. Like, my husband doesn't even watch it, but he knows country music. And so I played it for him the other day, and I was like, just listen. I was like, who is this? Is this not Leanne Rimes? And he's like, oh yeah, that's Leanne Rimes. Like, there wasn't even a question. It has to be her. It just has to be. That yodel is Leanne Rimes. But her kind of doing that rapping kind of throws you off a little bit, because you wouldn't expect that from her. But wow, okay. Apparently I can't talk and do this, so I'm going to do this real quick. Okay, I'm going to go in with a small shader brush, and I'm going to tap into some of this color. Okay, then I'm going to go back in with that first pink shade and blend all of that out. Okay, now what I want to do is apply some glitter glue. This is from NYX. I've never used glitter glue before, so let's see how this works. Okay. Then I'm going to take a flat brush, and I'm going to kind of do what I did on my tutorial that I followed from Christy, Raw Beauty Christy. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it for you, where she built up lightest to darkest. So I'm going to start with this lighter shade in the inner part of the eyelid. Alright, and then I'm going to go into this shade right here. Pack that into the middle. Then I'm going to go into this shade for the outer part of the eyelid. Alright, then just lastly, I'm going to take just another fluffy brush. I'm going to tap back into the shade that we used to prime the eyelid and just kind of blend that up here by the brow, bringing it down and over here to bring some light into this area. Again, going to clean up the fallout. I know, this looks weird. I don't know what to do with it. Let me play with this for a second. Okay, so I just went ahead and did the other side. I think that's pretty good. Again, quickly clean up any fallout. Yeah, I think it's pretty. It's good. I really like having that, like, what do you call that? Gradient, going from lightest to darkest. I think, I want to put just, oh yeah, there we go. Needed. Just a little bit more of that brightness in the corner. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I know I keep sniffling, and generally I try to always edit it out, but just right now I've got a little bit of a runny nose, so I apologize. I apologize, because I'm one of those people who always picks it up. Whenever I hear it, I'm like, oh, it drives me crazy. So I apologize in advance for my sniffles. I'm sorry. Alright, so for skin, let's go ahead and prep using the Milani Make It Last. This says it's a setting spray. I'm going to use it as a priming spray and a setting spray. Probably shouldn't talk while I do that. Yeah, I got that all in my mouth and all over my shirt. P.S. My new shirt, which I love. Got this from Maurice's. I'm going to do a clothing haul here soon. I've gotten a couple new things from Maurice's and Cato's. Not a lot. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 shirts, a pair of jeans, and a pair of shoes. Oh, and some sunglasses. And then I got 2 dresses off of Amazon. So a little bit of a plus size clothing haul for you coming soon. Probably when Josh is home, because that'll take me a minute to film. So I'll need his help with the boys. Okay, so for primer, I had a poll going on Instagram. Because I had 2 primers. I have the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer, and then I have the Milani Soft Focus Glow, and when it was voted on, the Soft Focus Glow won. So I'm going to shake it up a little bit. I have not used this in a while, and yeah, it's looking a little in there. But anyway, this has been time and time again equated to a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury product. A dupe, can't think of what it is. It's one of her primers, but a lot of people have said that this is a dupe for that Charlotte Tilbury product. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, so recently I was watching Smoky Glow, and she did a video on makeup that gives her FOMO. And if you don't know what FOMO is, it's fear of missing out. And I thought that was kind of an awesome idea. If you'd be interested in seeing a video like that from me, let me know in the comments below, because that's definitely something that I struggle with, is FOMO on a lot of things. But makeup, I'm like, oh, I have to have it. I'm gonna miss out on a review, or I'm gonna miss out on finding the newest thing that's going to launch my channel. So anyway, I think that might be a good idea for a video for me. It's kind of a neat twist on the anti-haul wish list idea. So that might be a video coming up as well. Alright, so face is primed. Now next, this was also voted on. I had two foundations. I have the Milani Screen Queen, I said Scream because it's October, Screen Queen Natural Finish Foundation. If you have not seen where I did a wear test on this, I will link it for you up here. And I also have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick. Now this one did win on Instagram, but I think I'm going to do half and half because I have not had a chance yet to test out this foundation stick. Alright, for my foundation stick, I'm going to use my round kabuki. I got this off Amazon. Unfortunately, it is no longer available, but I know a lot of other brands have round kabuki brushes. So, again, this is in 200 porcelain. Alright, let's go ahead and buff that out on this side. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more on my cheek, so I already have the coverage that I want. And now let's buff this out. Hopefully, I'm not too worried about the colors not matching because I'm not going anywhere today. So if the colors don't match perfectly, that's okay. But I really wanted to try this foundation stick. Who was it recently that actually out of nowhere mentioned, I can't think of who it was, but like kind of out of nowhere mentioned this foundation stick, and I was like, oh yeah, I have that, and I still haven't tried it. So I kind of just wanted to give it a shot today. It's blending out really nicely with this brush, but that makes me wonder if it'll kind of do the same thing that the Wet n Wild one does, where it kind of blends out nicely, but then the wear starts to go wrong very quickly. That's not bad. However, I do want to grab my Wet n Wild. Which one is this? This is Shell Ivory. Okay, so this is Wet n Wild Shell Ivory. This is Milani Porcelain. Oh, okay, so Shell Ivory, Milani Porcelain. You can see that this one is definitely darker and pinker than the Wet n Wild. Alright, moving on to the Screen Queen Foundation. Oh my, that didn't even want to come out. Ugh. Okay, this does have a, wow, sunscreen smell. I'm kind of trying to warm up the product. It doesn't want to come out of the pump. Honestly, don't know how much I pumped because it was having a difficult time coming out of the pump. So for this, I'm going to go in with my multitasker brush from Sigma and blend this out. I'm not really loving either of them. The stick is already falling into like my dimple and my smile lines, but the Screen Queen isn't giving me a lot of coverage. Like you can see that you can see a little bit more. Like you can see that you can see. You can tell there's a little bit more redness coming through on this side. Let me see if I can build that up at all with a sponge. Yeah, no, it's not really wanting to build up at all on my cheek. I'm not particularly a fan of either of those. Alright, so for concealer, I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. This is in the shade 110, Nude Ivory. This product does have a paint smell like you would expect from the Wet n Wild foundation. Yeah, definitely a paint smell with this concealer, but it is a good concealer. Alright, so I'm going to blend that in with my Zoeva Perfecting Concealer brush. Concealer Perfector, close enough. and really get up in this corner where the majority of my purple shows through. And then I'm just going to finish that off with a sponge. Okay, so I went ahead and finished my concealer, and I went ahead and set my face with my Wet n Wild translucent powder. I just realized I don't have an actual powder from Milani. But I don't know what's going on with my concealer today, but it's looking really rough on this eye. I don't know if maybe just mine is getting old, because I don't remember having a lot of difficulty with it. But yeah, today it's not looking the best. And then definitely as far as these two foundations go, not my favorites. I think I would like to try the stick foundation again with the pore filling primer. But yeah, like, look at my nose. Good. Alright, so moving on, let's do blush. I have this trio, the Milani Floral Fantasy Rose Powder Blush. Wow. This is the Milani Rose Powder Blush Trio Palette in the shade 02 Floral Fantasy. So I am going to take my Sigma F53 Air Contour Blush Brush, and I think I'm going to go into these first two shades and just kind of mix them together. Okay, I'll fix that. What I like about this palette is that this first shade is matte. The second shade is a little bit more of a satin finish. And then the third shade is shimmery. So we have like, oh, that's horrible swatching. We have like a matte shade, a satin shade, and then a more shimmery shade. So you can kind of customize what you want using those three colors. And I believe that there is another, like a 01 to this, that has three colors as well, but I don't know with those as far as if they're matte, satin, or shimmery, or what the finishes of those blushes are. Okay, and then for highlighter, this was voted on. I had this Milani Shimmering Face Palette 01 Luminoso Glow, or I had the Milani Afterglow, the Milani Instant Glow Powder Strobelight in 01 Afterglow. Now this one, but I have used this a lot, so I'm sorry Instagram, but I am going to pick a color from this palette. And I think I'm going to go into like a little bit of a mixture of these two shades right here. And actually my highlighter brush is from Milani. It's the all over blending brush. So like I said, I'm just going to tap into those two shades for highlight. Oh. Oh, mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. Look at how dark that is. Oh no. Well, crap. Now I have to make it even. Oh, that is way too golden for me. Look at that. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so let's pat over that with the sponge on both sides. And then to try to lighten that up, I am going to dip into this, making sure that I color switch my brush, try to get that dark gold shade off. Alright, let's see if we can salvage this. Okay. I guess I should have listened to Instagram. For bronzer, is it any surprise, the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. Mine is in the shade 02 Sunkissed. I do believe there are 3 shades of this bronzer. So we're just going to dip into this. I do love this, especially for fall, because it is a matte bronzer. It's beautiful, beautiful color, beautiful application. Alright, quick, easy peasy bronzer. That's a great product. Okay, what are we on to now? Lips. For lips, alright, I have liners. These are the Color Statement lip liners, True Instant Color. These are great lip liners from Milani. This formula, I have one in the shade Bordeaux, which is like a blue-based red. And then I have this one in All Natural. This lip liner in All Natural is really great just for like an everyday pencil, and I love the formula, so I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this. They really are super creamy, super glidey, and that is a great shade. I love this. I thought I lost it for a while, and I was extremely, extremely sad. Honestly, this Milani liners and the Revolution Satin Kiss lip liners are two of my favorites. So then to top that, I have the Milani Amour Shine Liquid Lip Color, and this is in the shade 01 Delight. I think it's going to be great on top of this lip liner. It looks good with my shirt. Alright, so there's lips. That is a beautiful combo. Okay, and for mascara, I actually have a mascara. This is the Highly Rated Mascara in 111. So we are going to go ahead and pop some of that on. Here's what the applicator looks like. I haven't used this in a while. I don't remember what I thought of it. Probably would be good if I got all the hairs out of my face first. Oh, that is a wet formula. Oh my. I don't think I'll be putting that on my lower lashes. Okay, that's not bad. But like I said, that is pretty liquidy, so I am not going to be putting that on my lower lashes. And then quickly, just to finish off the lower lash line, I am going to take just a little bit of this shade and run it on the lower lash line. Alright, I am going to do my brows off camera, and I will be right back. Alright, and here we have the finished face using all products from Milani, again, except for the eyebrows and powder. I think besides that, everything else from the brand. I just quickly threw on my Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. So, out of all of these products, definitely my favorites are this highlighter. I absolutely love these lip liners. This formula is amazing. I am really super impressed by this lip gloss, if I could find it. The Amour Shine lip color, that's beautiful. And the blush palette is really pretty. I don't think it's anything like spectacular that you can't get from another brand, but in just using it, I think it is really pretty. Absolutely love this palette, this sultry palette with these cool tones. And I am definitely a fan of the soft focus glow complexion enhancer. So probably these four products are my favorites for sure. The foundations were probably the biggest letdown for me. I mean, even the mascara kind of impressed me more than the foundations, unfortunately. So again, that is a full face of products from Milani. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.